What's good, you guys? It has come time for another leg day. So that's what you're going to be seeing today is another leg day. And today was kind of more of a heavier day, I would have to say. I went a little bit heavier, stuck with the lower type rep ranges for the most part, and basically just tried to thrash my legs. And one thing you're going to be seeing is that I actually do not squat right away in this workout. I save squats for a little bit later once my legs are already fatigued to ensure the fact that when I'm squatting, it's all the focus is on my legs for the most part. So I was just starting with some other exercises, tearing down the legs before moving on to squats. And as you can see, hack squats are what I started off with. And before this, I did a million warm-up sets, it seemed like, of leg extensions and also leg curls, lying hamstring curls as a warm-up. And I did a little bit of stretching and whatnot, just getting some blood in the muscles for the most part. And each set that you've already seen of the hack squat, including this one, have been kind of feel sets. They aren't actual working sets just yet. Getting the feel of the weight, getting the feel of the movement, getting blood into my legs. Now this, I think, was my first working set. I do believe so. Yeah, I went for 10 reps with this. Not going, ass to grass completely. I am getting some decent depth for the most part, but my main focus is to hit my quads. And you can see that I have the knee wraps on right now. And I'm not a fan of always using the knee wraps, but I understand they don't preserve your knees, but I do feel like they give me protection in a way. They give me support, I guess is what I mean. They allow me to hit those heavier weights with confidence, and they give me that support, so that's why I like using those knee wraps. And right here, I am hitting 5 plates for, I think, around 6 reps. I'm hoping that's what I got at least. But you guys, I'm telling you, this is heavy ass shit for me. I'm not a super, I'm not a very strong squatter. I'm not a very strong presser. I'm not a very strong guy overall. I mean, that's not what I'm focused on, is being strong. And usually I don't go this heavy, you guys, I assure you, but in order to completely thrash my legs before squats, I wanted to make sure that I went really heavy so that I didn't have to later on in the workout with the actual back squat. So after that, I did 3 sets of 10 with these 3 plates. I maybe even did 12, but just again, very short rest periods in between these sets. Really trying to burn myself out completely. It took a lot of cardiovascular endurance to bust these out. They really kicked my ass, but um, the hack squat, definitely one of my favorite. It's definitely becoming one of my favorite exercises in terms of legs. I haven't been leg pressing as much lately because that hack squat will just murder me, whether it's before squats or after. So, um, moving on to the back squat. Again, not going heavy, not there to impress anyone, not there to max out or anything. Hitting some decent depth, at least parallel, maybe below at times, but aiming anywhere from 6 to 12 reps with 225. And after doing those hack squats, I promise you that this was hard for me. It was really hard. Um, and one thing I want to make a video about is how I stand on plates, how I have my heels elevated on plates, and my reasoning for that. I'm planning on making a video on that pretty soon, so you guys can understand why I do that. You can't see it right now, but along with my Addy powers, I just have some mobility issues that I kind of need to make a video about. So I did like 3 or 4. I think I did 4 sets of this. I may have only recorded 3, but I did like 4 sets of 6 to 12 reps with this squat, with the squatting, and I didn't have to go heavy. I mean, 225 is heavy for some people, but for me this sucked right here. It was murder. And I was trying to keep constant tension and I didn't want to lock out, but it just became so hard that I wanted to push further, so I did give myself a little bit of a break to get a few extra reps in, so that's why I was kind of locking out for a little while. But from there, I moved on to some leg extensions, and with these, you'll see not that heavy. I get into a rhythm with them, and I let my legs take over completely to the point where I don't think about anything, you know, I don't let anything else take over the movement, nothing but my legs and my quads. And I really would change up my training styles in terms of how I approach my speed, of how I treat an exercise. I mean, I might go really fast, I may go extremely slow. It just really depends on how I feel that day, if I'm in a good mood, bad mood, everything. It really depends if I'm going heavy, if I'm going light. I mean, sometimes I will go light and have perfect form, and at other times I will go much heavier and sacrifice my form a little bit. Sometimes I will do a lot of shorter range of motion type reps, and that's one thing I was doing here on this lying leg curl. Is in the beginning you can see I don't have a full range of motion because what I do is five reps of short range of motion followed by 5 full range of motion reps and another 5 short range of motion reps, so a total of 15. And that's kind of hard to understand, you guys, but you get the gist of it. I did some lying leg curls, and I'm really tired right now. I'm kind of passing out as I'm making this video, so I apologize for that, but I did 3 or 4 sets of around 12 on those leg extensions previously, and moving on to this lying leg curl, I again did like the 3 or 4 sets of these 15 reps where I do 5 short range of motion, 5 full range of motion, and another 5 of short range of motion. And my very last set that I do like a triple drop set or something just to completely destroy my hamstrings. And I was pretty successful in doing that, so I don't know if this is the last set or not. But I really want to give you guys my take on each individual exercise. And hopefully that would be something you'd be interested in, is seeing how I approach, you know, anything from a calf raise to a biceps curl to this lying hamstring curl, how I approach it, and the different ways that I approach it, because I don't walk up to a machine or a dumbbell or a barbell. I don't walk up to it the same way every single time. I'm always thinking something different, always trying to confuse my body as well as confuse my mind. So that's why that's what I kind of want to give you guys, a little bit of my insight. But moving on from these hamstring curls, we went on to a straight-legged deadlift. And this is another exercise that I approach differently every time. In regards to, sometimes I will have the bar as close to my body as possible, and sometimes I will have the bar hanging as far away from my body as possible. Sometimes I will look to stretch all the way down to the bottom and kind of do those little half reps like I was just doing there, because at the very bottom of the movement I feel like my hamstrings are activated the most. That is why I will do that sometimes, like right now. You can see I'm not going through the full range of motion, just kind of activating my hamstrings, going based off of feel. And that's something I've been doing a little bit more of lately with my legs. My quads too, I mess around with range of motion, you guys. I mean, there's so much that you have in your disposal that you need to mess around with and get the feel for. So right here again, trying my best to keep my back straight, but the weights are getting heavier, so you gotta expect it to round a little bit. Um, kind of messing around with pausing and whatnot with my reps, so I did like 3 total sets of straight-legged deadlifts, and I moved on to this, not really to work my hamstrings anymore, because by the time I hit this, you guys, I was toasted. I was dead tired, ready to cash out, so yeah, I did 3 sets of this standing leg curl, and that was it. My leg day, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you'd like to see next in terms of workouts, nutrition, all that good stuff. I got a lot planned, so until next time, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Peace out.